Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Welcome back to Motivational Moments with Maria. Yes, I'm back. I know you probably thought I threw in the towel and disappeared into the abyss, but far from it, my friends. So, welcome back. It's been a couple of months, I know, since our last episode, and I just want to thank you for all your patience and your continued support. And the comments that you've made is like, where are you? We need a dose of Crazy Coach Maria. Well, here's what's happened. Over the last couple of months, I took some time off to enjoy a family vacation, spend time with my grandchildren, and I explored some new personal projects that helped me recharge, reflect, get new inspiration, learn some new insights, and I spent a lot of time connecting with a new community. So I've been out learning because I know that continued growth and continued development is how I can continue to infuse positivity and energy and excitement into all of you. You know, sometimes we get caught up in the day-to-day grind and we forget to how stepping away, even from something as important as our passions, can give us a fresh perspective and remind us why we do what we do. Now, after all, I have a motive for what I'm doing. My motive is simply this. I want to inspire you to continue to grow and live your life with more joy, more vibrancy, and of course, more fun. You know that. And I've really missed the conversations we've had here, and I am excited to jump back in, and I am forever grateful to you loyal listeners that you continue to provide feedback and ideas. So thank you. So let's start today's episode with a fun little game. Question: what comes to mind when I say the word normal? Now think of the word normal. And now try saying it with enthusiasm. Normal. You can't do it, now can you? That's because normal is the beige of human behavior. So today, we're going to throw a little glitter on the gray. And this episode today is all about why being normal is so blasé and why weird might just save your life. There is a reason I call myself Crazy Coach Maria, because I'll do things a lot of people won't, and that's okay. Now, have you stepped in front of your washer and dryer? And have you ever noticed there's a setting on there that says normal? Normal is just a setting on your dryer. Yet somehow it became this invisible checklist we all feel pressure to live by. Get the job, have the house, buy the nice car, smile politely at brunch while your soul quietly weeps. No thanks. And I said, many of you know I call myself Crazy Coach Maria, and I proudly wear that badge of honor. Why? Because it is not me. It is not me. If you like being normal, well, my friends, congratulations. You are totally unremarkable. Okay, yes, I said it. All right? Normal. Today's title, Why Normal is So Blasé, is about challenging the status quo and deconstructing what society calls normal and discovering the slightly quirky, the overlooked, and the genuinely interesting in a world that sometimes feels way too bland. Now, why is it that what's considered normal often feels dull or uninspiring? Because, my friends, it is. I'm going to tell you, beware of the normal. And it may sound like this. People like us can't do that. People like us shouldn't be here. And people want to baseline you to their normal. But guess what? You get to decide what's real for you. Remember this. In others' normal world, their future may not be as ambitious as yours. And please don't minimize yourself to please someone else's idea of normal. Or maybe you've heard this one. You are too young to start your own company. Or why can't you just settle down and be happy with what you have? Stay in that 9 to 5 because it is safe and secure and you get a paycheck and you can stay there for 25, 30 years and retire. Oh, really? No. No, 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 no. So why is normal often seen as, well, quite frankly, boring? What makes the normal experience feel flat or uninspiring? And I'm going to explore that question from a few different angles: the psychological, the cultural, and the personal. Now, let's talk about the psychological need for novelty. All right? When you embrace the unusual, it can be a powerful act of self-expression. So here's the psychological need for novelty. We humans, we're wired, our brains are wired for novelty. We love novelty. Our brain craves new experiences because they stimulate dopamine, that feel-good neurotransmitter that helps us learn, grow, and stay engaged with the world. When things become too predictable or routine for us, that dopamine release diminishes, and then our interest drops. Think for a moment about your daily routine. Maybe you take the same route to work every day. You're just on automatic. You listen to the same music, you eat similar meals, and over time, it can feel like you're on autopilot. And that sense of going through the motion often leaves us feeling unfulfilled. That's why normal gets a bad rap. It equates to predictability, and predictability can become stale. So our brain needs novelty, so we have to constantly introduce new things to it and challenge ourselves. Now, what about the cultural definition of normal? And our cultural norms shape what we consider normal. These norms that we've been taught set boundaries on behavior, our style, success, and even thinking. But here's the catch. Norms are subjective and largely arbitrary. What's normal in one culture or generation could be entirely unusual or considered rebellious in another. Think of the 70s, the hippies, free love. Think about the things that have changed in corporate worlds. I know they haven't changed as much as you want, but things have changed. And when we accept normal without question, we limit ourselves to a narrow band of experience. And we miss out on fascinating variations and perhaps a different path. Now, the pressure on us to conform to normal can stifle your creativity and your own individuality. It's like living inside a box painted beige. Safe. It's very safe, but dull. Here's the deal. Boring doesn't kill creativity. It kills connection. Because the real you, the weird, messy, out of sync you, that's who people actually want to know. Not your LinkedIn summary, not your bio. I want to know who you are. And here's the danger of accepting the blasé. When we accept normal as the ideal or default without reflection, we risk becoming disengaged or unhappy. Now, the French word blasé simply means unimpressed or indifferent through overexposure. And that's exactly what can happen to us when our lives feel too routine. So maybe you're really getting an understanding of why I had to step away. I had to step away because I was feeling blasé. I was feeling I was in a rut. I was in a routine. And this blasé attitude isn't just about boredom. it can lead to a deep-rooted dissatisfaction in relationships, in your career, in your connections with other people. And we might start asking, is this really all there is? Or why do I feel disconnected despite everything looking fine on the outside? And I had to ask myself that. I said, wait a minute, I'm feeling kind of disconnected here. What's going on? I need to go reconnect. I need to go do something different that pushes me, that stretches me. Again, the brain needs a challenge. Now, the antidote to blasé normalcy is embracing the unusual, the quirky, the unexpected, and the bold. It means making space for curiosity, experimentation, and authenticity in our everyday lives. Whether you're trying a new hobby, questioning societal expectations, or simply choosing your own path rather than the most, quote, normal one, these simple acts, they can actually re-inject excitement and meaning. You've heard the term, the road less traveled, and as I tell my clients, when everyone else is going north, don't be a sheeple. Head south. There's less traffic and more opportunity. And think of some of the famous people that have taken, the normal and changed it. There's a Lady Gaga. There's, there's Stephen Jobs. There's Mahatma Gandhi. There's Ali. There's so many examples of the people that stepped out of what was considered normal to make a difference in their own lives. So when I headed south for a while, I'll say it, and during my recent family vacation, I got back into a rhythm of seeing things with fresh eyes, a different perspective. And I also connected with a new community, and I gained some insights on me, myself, and I. And I realized that over the years in my career, when I get stagnant and when I get bored, it is time to make a change. And that brief break that I had reignited my creativity and reminded me why challenging what's normal is so important. And my friends, I'm going to ask you and I say this to you. If you've been shrinking yourself to fit a mold, not yours, I want you to burn it. If you've been quieting your weird, turn it up, baby. Turn the channel. There's no revolution in being normal. Who defined normal anyway? But there is power in being real. There is power in being real. So what's one thing that you have hidden to fit in? And are you ready to set that free? Now, I encourage you to really reflect what parts of your life feel a little too normal or too blasé, and how can you shake things up just a bit to re-spark that curiosity and excitement again. Sometimes the small changes make the biggest difference. So something simple as you're always wearing gray, you're always wearing black. Well, wear a bold, bright color today. Take a different route home today. Shop in a new grocery store. Call up someone you've not spoken to in a little while. These small changes or disruptions in your patterns will cause you to see things differently. Shake it up, my friends, or you will find yourselves looking in the mirror saying, what happened to that fun, vibrant person with dreams and ambitions? Oh, she wanted to be accepted. So she stopped doing what she knew sets her light on fire. I want you to think about that for a moment, my friends, because I want you to step out of normalcy. Try something different. Speak up in a meeting. Don't hold back. Are you thinking about it? Now I want you to say the word normal again with excitement. You still can't. Enthusiasm. You still can't do it. I want you to step out of your normal and step into your greatness. Step into your crazy. Step into your weirdness. Make funny faces at people today. Do something that's going to shake it up. Shake it up. Okay, my friends, I'm back. I'm still going to be my crazy self. I'm going to do things in the microphone that I know I shouldn't, but that's okay. That's who I am. And I no longer apologize for who I am. I no longer apologize for the energy I bring to any conversation, to any event. And I want you to feel the same way. So if any of this episode resonated with you, I'd love to hear about your own experiences with normal and how you've challenged it. And absolutely go ahead and share this with all your friends that need to get their crazy back. And you can connect with me on Facebook or Instagram or shoot me an email at Coaching with Maria. I'd love to hear. And I want to say thank you for being part of Why Normal is So Blasé community. I want you to stay curious. I want you to embrace the unusual. And until next time, stay focused, stay positive, have fun, and keep breaking the ordinary, my friends. Keep breaking the ordinary. And I'll talk to you next week.